Ramzan had finally arrived, filling the air with a sense of peace and excitement. The streets were quieter during the day, the mosques were filled with worshippers, and in every home, families were preparing for a month of fasting, prayer, and blessings. In a small, cozy house, a little girl named Ayesha woke up earlier than usual. The sky was still dark, and the house was filled with the soft clinking of plates and the whispers of her parents in the kitchen. Curious, she rubbed her sleepy eyes and tiptoed toward the dining table. Her mother and father were sitting together, enjoying their suhoor meal, before the fast began. Aisha's eyes sparkled with excitement. She had heard so many wonderful things about fasting, and today, she had decided she wanted to try fasting for the very first time. Her parents smiled at her enthusiasm. Fasting was not easy, especially for someone so young, but they knew how important it was to encourage her. So, they let her sit with them, sharing a small meal and a glass of water before the far azan echoed through the air. Together, they stood in prayer, their hearts full of gratitude for the blessed month that had begun. As the morning passed, Aisha felt excited about her fast. She played with her toys, read a book, and even helped her mother set the table for iftar. But as the sun climbed higher in the sky, the hunger began to creep in. Her stomach growled softly. She glanced at the kitchen, where her mother was preparing food for the evening. The smell of warm, crispy samosas and freshly cut dates filled the air. Her mouth watered. For a moment, she hesitated. Maybe just a little bite? Who would know? But then, she remembered something her mother had told her that morning. Fasting is not just about staying hungry. It's about patience, self-control, and remembering Allah. Taking a deep breath, Aisha shook her head and stepped away from the kitchen. She wanted to do this, not just for herself, but to please Allah. The day felt long, but Aisha kept herself busy. She watched her father recite the Quran, listening to the beautiful words. She sat beside her mother, helping her prepare the iftar table. Every minute felt like an hour, but she didn't give up. Finally, as the sun began to set, the Maghrib azan filled the air. Aisha's heart leaped with joy. She had done it. She had completed her very first fast. Her father handed her a small, soft date. Holding it in her tiny hands, she whispered Bismillah before taking a bite. The sweetness of the date filled her mouth, and at that moment, she felt something special. It was not just the joy of eating after a long day, it was the joy of knowing that she had been strong, that she had been patient, and that Allah was pleased with her effort. As she raised her hands in dua, she whispered, Ya Allah, thank you for giving me strength. Please accept my fast and bless my family. And with that, Aisha smiled, knowing that today was just the beginning of many more beautiful fasts to come. Ramzan is a month of blessings, patience, and self-control. It teaches us to be grateful for the food we have and to remember those who have less. No matter how small our efforts may be, Allah sees them all.